Hey everyone, it's Lori from Scraps by Sissy. Happy Thursday everyone. How's your week going? Oh, joy, joy, joy. I'm going to pull up on my laptop so I can see any comments. If you log on today and join me, please let me know you're here. Don't take offense if I don't say anything right off the bat, because sometimes I have to really be concentrating what I'm doing. You know how things can be when you're trying to walk and chew gum at the same time. So today I'm going to show you a technique I learned through a training group that I belong to, and it's called stack, cut, and shuffle. And I originally shared it with my team back in December. This is the one I showed them first, and I haven't prepared the ones for today. I didn't make samples because I wanted to show these first. We will cut and put together the other ones as we go. So this is the first set that I did. Now they're the same card, yet they're different. And of course I used what is this? This is the Sunshine and Rainbows Designer Series paper that you can get for free with a qualifying purchase. And then these are the different envelopes that I decorated using that same paper. So it's the same pattern, just set up a little bit differently. And then the insides all have the same stamp. So when you work on these, they go together pretty fast. So those are the first set that I did. These were birthday cards. And I used the Special Moments stamp set, which is another item you can get for free with a qualifying order out of the Celebration catalog. And then this past weekend, we had our team gathering, and this was their project while they were in studio. And we used the Sweet Talk Designer Series paper and the Love and Happiness stamp set. And for the label, we used the heart punches. And then there's the inside. Aren't those cute? And then, of course, I decorated the envelopes using more of that Designer Series paper. So this is a really good way to use up a stash of old paper that you want to get out of your stash and send them to somebody and give a happy face to them for the day. Today we're going to use I always want to say Daffodil Delight because that's our yellow color. But this is the Daffodil Afternoon Designer Series paper. And we're going to make some cards using that. So let me get out what I've already prepared. The only thing I didn't cut was the actual front layers, because I'm going to show you how to do that. And we're also going to have some daisies on here. I already put those together, so you don't have to watch me put them together. So the easiest way to do this is start with your inside layers. And I'm using Very Vanilla, and I have 4 of them cut at 3 3/4 by 5, and I am using the Celebrating You stamp set. This is in the January through June mini catalog, and I'm going to use some Mossy Meadow ink for the sentiments, because it goes with the paper really, really well since it's one of the base colors. And I like using a dark ink for my sentiments. To me, it just makes it stand out better. So we're going to make some Thinking of You cards. And the inside is going to say lots of love. So let's go ahead and stamp those. Oops, I covered it up. Let's put that away. You don't need to see that anymore. So I'm just going to ink this up, and we're going to be a little different. We're going to stamp this down in the corner. That'll give us lots of room to write something to our recipient. Okay, you got to remember to stamp straight down and straight up, Lori, so that you don't have any shadows. when you rock your stamp, that's when you run into issues like that. Let's stamp this one more time. Straight down, straight up. Okay, so now let's put this away for the moment. I'm going to go ahead and create the inside of the cards, and this is Flirty Flamingo. You know what, I didn't write out all my measurements for you. Okay, so I have 2 card bases. They're cut at 8.5 by 5.5, and they're scored at 4 1/4. Looks like this is just a tad off. Let's fix that as we fold it over. Use my bone folder to make a crisp crease on it. So basically it's 2 sheets of cardstock to make 4 cards. So when you start this video today, grab a cup of coffee. It's going to take just a few minutes longer than our normal videos since we're going to be putting together 4 cards. So now we'll glue this to the inside, and we're going to use some Stampin' Seal. Stampin' Up's adhesive. And I know some people have a hard time with this. The key is not to manhandle it like that. So we're just going to glue this to the inside like so. And it'll go fairly quickly. The fun part is you're getting 4 cards done at one time, but you're not making the exact same card. It is to a point, but the front is going to look different, like I showed you in those samples. Let's get this in here a little straighter. One more, and then that one's kind of tweaked on the back. Or on the front, we'll just turn it over. There we go. So our insides are done. Now, we'll set these aside for a moment. Go ahead and we'll take care of our envelopes too, so we'll have pretty envelopes. So I'll just pick coordinating paper, and it doesn't, since you're using 4 different sheets, you can use as much as you have. And let's go ahead and take, here's another little piece. This is, I think that's one of my favorites. I haven't used much of it yet because it's my favorite. You know how we are. We hate to cut up our favorite. Oh, hi, Denise. You're not late to the party. I'm using Flirty Flamingo. I know you're not a pink lady, but you could use Mossy Meadow or Daffodil Delight or one of the other colors, even Coastal Cabana. So I just started by stamping the inside layers, and we're creating 4 cards is what we're doing, and we're creating it by using a technique called stack, cut, and shuffle. So right now I'm just taking care of the envelopes so that we'll have 4 matching envelopes. And since you're just using a sentiment stamp and most of your card is that beautiful designer series paper, why not get the envelopes to match too? Which is my favorite way to use my designer series paper and tie the whole project all together. There we go. This is using the Daffodil Afternoon Designer Series paper. You can get it free with a qualifying order during Celebration. This is one of those ones that I think everybody has fallen in love with. So it's good to see, I can't cut and talk at the same time. I cut my finger off, and that wouldn't be good on live camera. This paper is a good one to get a stash set aside because it is so pretty. All right, let's do 2 more envelopes and we'll be done with that part. And then we get to do the stack, cut, and shuffle. The ladies had a grand time at our in-person team gathering doing this technique. It sounds difficult, but it really isn't once you get the measurements. So basically you're going to get 4 card bases, 4 sheets of designer series paper, and you're going to cut those 4 sheets at 4 inches by 5 1/4. And then I'm going to show you how to trim them to create the front. Okay, one more envelope and we can get on with the rest. But you can see how quickly this is coming together. And we haven't even got to the fun part yet. Alright. And the nice part is you can use 2 sheets of from the same pack of paper and use one side as one layer and the other side as another layer. I almost did that, but I went with 4 separate ones. And that's just going to be your preference. Alright. Oops. There we go. And we've got our 4 envelopes done. Okay. So now comes the fun part. You're going to take your 4 pieces of designer series paper. So this is the 4 that I chose. Let's put the hearts right side up. More of those daffodils and daisies, and then those daffodils. So you're going to get them, and you're going to get them nice and flush together. You're going to take your trimmer, make sure I'm in the shot, and you're going to make a cut at 2 3/4. Make sure they're all stacked together. And these are cut 4 by 5 1/4. So you're going to cut them at 2 3/4. All right. So now you're going to set the long skinny piece aside, and you're going to rotate this, and you're going to cut it at 3 inches. And you're cutting all 4 layers at the same time. So now when you take these off the trimmer, you're going to set it just like it looked when it was a full card base. Take your skinny piece, and you're going to rotate it to the left. You're going to cut it at 2. Okay, the cutting is done. Set our trimmer aside. Now that everything is in pieces, you can see how this looks. Slide this over. Okay, now comes, this is the stack and the cut. Now we're going to do the shuffle. You're going to start with the upper right hand corner with this piece, and you're going to take that top piece and you're going to shuffle it back 1 time. Set it aside. You're going to take the next layer and you're going to shuffle it twice. Okay? You're going to take the third layer and you're going to shuffle it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So that way all 4 pieces of designer series paper show at the same time. And then we're going to attach them to our card bases. And you could trim these down another 1/4 inch and use a colored cardstock on your base. But really, why when this is so beautiful the way it sits? So you're just going to layer it on here. I'll try and make this neat for you. And you just glue them onto the front like so. You're recreating that layer with just some pink in the background. Just like so. It's kind of like a puzzle. And I think it's really a fun way to use up that designer series paper we have just sitting in our cabinet that we're afraid to do anything with. Oops. Get him down there. My hands are dry. Isn't this paper pretty? I haven't even used my other favorite sheet yet, the one that has the daffodils. This paper is 12 by 12, so there's one layer that has daffodils across the top and daffodils across the bottom. Ouch. Sticky. There. Just lay that in there like that. There's card number 2. You can see the different looks you're getting. And then we're just going to do the front all the same with the same sentiment label and the daisies that I have already punched. And some ribbon. We're going to use the Flirty Flamingo and Gold ribbon. That's in the annual catalog. Okay, I got one more card base to put together. Isn't that pretty? I thought the Flirty Flamingo really brought out the pink in the pattern paper. Ugh. Get him on here right. Alright. And I liked this. Oh, that one's not very straight, is it? Although I think the card base is kind of tweaked. I'll fix it when I get off camera. It's all crooked. Oh, bless her heart. She does try. We'll cover that up with the label. Okay, so I'm going to use, this sentiment says, "You're on my mind and in my heart." Let's make sure it's straight in here. And again, I'm going to use the Mossy Meadow, and we're going to punch it out after we've stamped it with the postage stamp punch. It fits really nicely. And you probably could punch all of the, you suppose what? I know you're not a pink girl. You could actually do this with some other paper and some purples. I think that would make you happier, right? But we have to have pink in our life at some point or another. Use this side. Get that punch straight. Yeah, I think this is almost the first time I've used this punch. I got it for something else and then never did it. It's one of those things where you see somebody create something and, oh, you have to have that. And then you forget what it was and don't use it again. Yeah, you guys aren't alone. I do it too. Okay, so now we're going to put our days. Oh, I forgot. I want to punch a sprig of Pear Pizzazz for each of them. And then we'll apply those to the back of the daisies. This is pretty much creating on the fly. I knew what I wanted to do. I saw it in my mind. But like I said, I hadn't created them beforehand. So we'll see what happens here. Let's grab some dimension, or not, well, we're going to need dimensionals, but I want to get some mini glue dots for the sprigs to go on the back of the daisy, like so. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. And you could, I've got adhesive on my finger. You could punch more than one if you wanted, but I'm just going to go with the one. And the mini glue dots you see there are out of one of my paper pumpkin kits. You know, crafters, we never get rid of anything. That's why we end up with such a stash. Or I should say collection. This is one of those ones, the bow punch is one you're going to want to add to your collection. It's a fun one. I haven't even used the stamp set that goes with it yet. I've just been too busy making it with other projects. Alright, so, whoops, I forgot to put the bow, I don't know why they call it a bow. Oh well, I have to look that up. So, stick him on there. Since you don't want the stem showing, just hide it behind one of the petals. Now we're going to add him with dimensionals. Again, paper pumpkin to the rescue. That piece of paper just got stuck. We're going to add him first. add my dimensionals. Oh, I took the back off. Probably shouldn't have done that yet. And then, oh, I forgot the ribbon. We're going to tie some bows. You could do the, add the adhesive to the back with the ribbon, but this is pretty ribbon with that gold. See if I can get 4 of them tied off right quick. Should have had that done first, huh? Close enough. Set him aside. This ribbon actually ties pretty nicely with that, even though it has that gold metallic in it. I'm just struggling because I'm on camera. It's always the way. Come on. There we go. Okay, that's 2. So even though there's a lot of detail here, it's just repetitive. Okay, pull this. I'll probably get these all tied and not be happy with where the bow goes, right? Isn't that always the way? That's what happens when you're crafting on the fly. Let's see. Come on. There we go. Okay. Now we'll add some more dimensionals to our label. We'll add our daisy, just like that. And that way, daisy looks best on this pattern, I think. There we go. 2 more. Bows and bling, and we'll be done. Which is not too bad. It's only been 20 minutes since we started, so those 2 are done. Oops, gotta get it right side up, Lore. Add this one down here. And that's the one that was sticky. Dimensional backings everywhere. Okay, so add this one up here, like so. Mini glue dots. Oh, wow, that's crooked. Even I could see that one. And then we'll add the bow. There's no sticky there. Try that again. We'll add the bow. Let's put him down here in this corner. Just like so. Ugh, what a mess. Set him aside. So what kind of bling do you think I should put on him? I'm thinking I have the new iridescent rhinestones. They're kind of pinky. Now that he's there, I guess we can put the bow up in that corner, since we're going on opposite corners. Oh, that's a funky looking bow. Set him there. And then this one here. Get him out of there. Now maybe pearls would be pretty for this one. What do you think? Clean this up for a minute here. Take a step back and look at, whoops, look at these. Get this stuff out of the way. Let's see what I got here. I've got, let's go with pearls. Pearls seem to go best with, I started to say Night of Navy. Ha! Very vanilla. One's stuck. Come on. One there. One down here. Yeah, I think the pearls are a good choice. We'll put one here. Got a runner. We'll put another one over here. And I'm following the rule of threes here. Come on. Set him right there. Get rid of the backings. Oh, found a runner here. And then let's use this end. See how that works. That seems to work a little better. Maybe? Nope. Try that again. I'm all thumbs this morning. I'll go back to what I know. One there. One there. We're going to put one down here. Let's go over here. Let's be different on this one. And then our last card. Come on. Set him over here. Hi, Beth. How are you? I hope you're feeling good. All right, we'll set another one down here. Now let's put him over here in the dark. The pearls show up better on the dark paper. And we are done with our 4 cards. The stack, cut, and shuffle method technique. And there's our 4 envelopes. Clean up some more of this mess so you can see what's going on. And there's the inside of the card. They're all the same. Put this over here like this. Not quite so busy. And there we go. 4 cards. The same yet different. What do you think? Boy, I'm sure glad I punched those daisies beforehand. That would have been painful. All right, well, I'm glad you're doing better. Okay, everyone. I am going to finish up my blog post for this, which will include all the measurements for today's projects. It'll also show you again the ones that we did prior. These other 8 cards that we did with our team. Oops, I guess helps if it's up right side up. There we go. I thank you for stopping by and spending some time with me today. I hope you have a really good week. And don't forget, it's Celebration. This is the best time to shop with Stampin' Up! For every $50 you spend, you get to choose something for free, like this beautiful paper. Or if you wanted to join the family, you get to choose $125 in product, plus an additional 2 free stamp sets, and you're only going to pay $99 plus tax and free shipping. And then you get a discount on all your future purchases. So now's a good time to join the family too. Again, thank you for stopping by and spending a little bit of time with me. I hope you have a great week, and I will catch you later. Bye.